Cheers, guys. Epix911, welcome to the latest geek. In this video, I want to talk a bit more about the HTC Vive, specifically the tracking system. So one of the things I mentioned about the HTC Vive is that it definitely has a greater setup time than the Oculus Rift. And the main reason for that is owed to its, in my opinion, superior tracking system, the Lighthouse tracking system. HTC Vive, unlike the Rift, was designed from the ground up to provide you with room scale VR. And one of the reasons it's so successful is the Lighthouse system. So every HTC Vive comes with two of these units, and I'm just going to take it off here real quick, show you guys. There we go. Let's unlock it. Comes with these laser tracking systems. All right. The instructions talk about mounting it to a wall, which in my opinion is a little permanent, and trust me, you're going to be moving this thing around quite a bit. You're never going to be quite happy with your room VR. The dimensions are going to change. They may change based on configs in your room. Perfect example. You share space with wife or kids, right? And if they're both not around, you're going to have more space. If they're both around, you're going to have less space. So my recommendation, and it's a strong recommendation, is to go with something like this. All right. I bought two of these. They're 84-inch tripods off of Amazon. They cost me $28 each, right? But they go high enough and they're mobile enough that I can configure and switch that room VR around very, very quickly. So how they work is this. There's basically a laser beams that go out on one unit, detects the other units, detects the motion controllers, and detects the Vive headset. So they've all kind of got these grooves in them, these sensor grooves, right? As long as the lasers can find them, you're being tracked. And what they recommend is that you angle them down about 30 degrees so that you're getting stuff, on the ground, but the lasers are also able to kind of go up. If you do it straight, you're not getting the penetration at the ground level or near the perimeter, right? The outer perimeter. So you definitely want to put them on a 30-degree angle. There is no better way to do that than a tripod, right? You can see this tripod here. If I put it on, it's already at a 30-degree angle, right? And simply moving the dial on the tripod or the hand crank up and down, it's super easy. It doesn't get better. So yes, it adds to your final cost, but you're not doing any damage to your walls because this thing can go 84 inches. Now I'm 6 feet tall, right? So 2 meters basically. And the last time I checked my math, that was 72 inches. This goes 12 inches over that, which is actually the recommended, in the instructions, it's recommended that you go about a foot higher than your head with the tracking. So with tripods, this Lighthouse system becomes super, super easy to configure. Just one more quick thing to add to that. There's also seated VR, right? So the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive both can offer you seated VR. In fact, when you go through the configuration tool for the HTC Vive for room setup, you're presented with two, seated and room. And as long as one of these can see you, you're fine for the seated, right? There's also rumors out there, and I can't substantiate it, that you can basically have 3 lighthouses attached to any individual HTC Vive. So that would allow you to always have one in seated configuration and always have one in room VR. So you're not doing what I'm doing, which is constantly switching between the two. right? So thankfully I spend most of my time on the HTC Vive playing Elite at the moment, right? But in future, when I do a lot more of the room games, I have no doubt that's going to become more of a critical requirement. As always, guys, hope you found this video informative, and till next time, cheers.